Hey, what's up, guys? Levi Heaton III. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué onda? Mi nombre es Levi Heaton III. Ni hao. Wudamin dish Levi Heaton III. Assalamu alaikum. It's my Levi Heaton III. Namaste. Miran nam he. Levi Heaton III. Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Levi Heaton III. So this video is titled, Why Should You Commit Suicide? I've been depressed. I've struggled with suicidal thoughts in my past. And what I realized was the cause of that, the cause of the depression, the cause of the anxiety was the fact that I had given up on living the life that I wanted to live. And I was trying to live the life that I was being told repeatedly I was supposed to live. I've always been an artist. I've always been a creator, an actor, a writer, a singer, filmmaker. These are the things that were always important to me. But it seemed like instantly, as soon as I graduated high school, it's like, oh, okay, well, you didn't achieve any of those things by the time you graduated high school. So now that's all over. Go get a job at Walmart. Go get a job at McDonald's. Go get a job for a corporation. Go to college and get a business degree. Go join the military. And it was just like pounded into me, pounded into me, pounded into me. Art is not a realistic goal. Creativity is not a realistic career. And when I married an extremely conservative, practical woman, so it was the same thing from her. That stuff's ridiculous. And I've realized that there are two different types of human beings. There are creatives and there are practicals, and we will never understand each other. I've tried. I was in the Army for a long time. Practicals will never understand creatives, and creatives will never understand practicals, because the things that are important to creatives, we see the nuances of life. Practicals don't. Practicals don't see the nuances of life. Creatives find importance in emotion and meaningful things, love, compassion, empathy. Practicals don't. Practicals find meaning in stuff. And unfortunately, practicals are the vast majority. Creatives congregate in areas, but I didn't realize that. And the areas where there are no creatives, you're basically a lesser human being. And I didn't realize that. And so it became depression and anxiety until I realized what I was doing, until I realized that I had just forgotten myself and started living trying to be this other person who everyone had convinced me I was supposed to be. Steve Jobs said, as you grow up, you tend to be taught, you live your life, you do the best you can, you get a job, you raise your family, you try not to bump into sides too much, and then you die. But what you need to realize is, and you need to look around and you need to realize that all this stuff that we call life, everything that makes up what you perceive as life right now, was created by people that were no smarter than you. People who refused to conform and to give in to the majority, the practicals were telling them to be. Steve Jobs was not a practical. Elon Musk is not a practical. Jeff Bezos is not a practical. He's a good businessman, but he's a creative. These men are changing the world, especially Elon Musk. Imagine if Elon Musk had just given in and been all the people that told him he was so stupid for talking about going to Mars and these electric cars, and people are still telling him how stupid he is, and Tesla just crossed over $800 a share. It's gone from $300 a share to $800 a share in the last 2.5 months. People making fun of him about Solar City and about digging the tunnels, and now he's digging tunnels in Las Vegas, and they're wanting to build hyperloops all over the world now. He's sending up his Starlink satellites so he can provide internet to everyone on Earth, and it's working. He's got, like, I don't know, thousands of satellites in the sky already, with 1,000 more to launch in low Earth orbit. People were making fun of him for that because practicals cannot see the vision. Practicals are afraid of change. They want everything to stay the same. But the only way we progress is for things to change and evolve. And it takes creatives to do that. So you have to be willing to turn your back on the majority and to turn your back on the practicals and to follow your heart. You have to be willing to take that risk and to make those sacrifices. In order to achieve something you've never achieved, you have to be willing to become someone you have never become. Several people who are millionaires and billionaires now were homeless at some point. Elon Musk was, Tony Robbins was, Grant Cardone was, Les Brown was, Eric Thomas was, John Paul Jones de Joria. He started the Paul Mitchell hair products line, and he founded Patron Tequila. When he started Paul Mitchell hair products line, he was homeless. Now he's a billionaire. Be homeless. Everybody beats you in the head, makes you feel so embarrassed to take a chance and to go live in your car for a year or whatever you got to do. If you don't have family to support you and help you while you pursue your dreams, do whatever you got to do. Go camp. Go live in a tent. Shower at the gym. Elon Musk lived in his office for a couple years while he started PayPal. He said him and his brother programmed all night and slept all day in their office. They didn't even have a house. You have to be willing to make those sacrifices to do those things. And right now you're depressed because you aren't taking any risks, because you're afraid to take risks, because you're afraid to pursue your dreams and what you believe in your heart, because you're allowing all these other influences to poison you, all this toxicity, all these negative people to tell you that's ridiculous and that's unrealistic. And that is why you are depressed. That is why you have anxiety, because you're trying to be someone you're not, and you're not being who you are. They've got you convinced that if you go sacrifice those things, if you go live in your car, if you go live in a tent, if you go be homeless, you're gonna ruin your life and that you're gonna be nothing or nobody. They've got you feeling like that's such a disgusting, despicable thing to be, but you've got to stay focused on the long game. You can't be looking at the sacrifice you got to make right now or what it's gonna be like this year or next year. You got to be looking at who you are and where you're gonna be in 5 or 10 years, why you're doing this. You got to stay focused on the opportunity, not the obligation. You're depressed, you probably want to die. If you're like me, when I was depressed, I wanted to die. I didn't want to kill myself though. So I was just waiting to die, hoping to die. And what kind of life is that? And it's all because you're trying to be someone you're not. It's all because you've allowed all these people to convince you that who you are is not viable, that who you are does not have worth. I'm telling you, you do. You have worth. Your creativity, your dream, who you are, the world needs you. The world needs that from you. That's why you're here. That passion you have, that thing that you want to do, make the sacrifices, go achieve that. You're the only one who can do it. You're the one that has that dream and that passion. It's yours. You're the one who's supposed to bring it to us, to this world. Do it. If you have to be homeless, be homeless. Go work your job, be homeless, and take your entire paycheck and invest it in yourself and your dream. Pursue your life goal. You already hate your life. You're sitting around depressed, wanting to die. What is the worst that can happen? You're afraid to go pursue your dream because they've got you so convinced that it'd be such a terrible idea. You're sitting around wanting to die. What's the worst that can happen? Let's say you go pursue your dream and you die. Okay, that's what you want anyway. You want to die. So why sit around being depressed and hating your life in the meantime? Go out, find yourself, find your happiness, pursue your heart. Worst case scenario, you succeed. Worst case scenario, make all those sacrifices. You disregard all this negativity and toxicity and hate from all these people that don't want you to succeed and don't believe in you because they don't understand your dream, because it's not their dream, it's your dream. It's not their passion, it's your passion. They can't possibly understand it, especially if they're practicals. Other creatives might not understand it, but they will support you. Practicals will not, because all they understand is zeros and ones, and the majority of people are practicals, and they're gonna tell you your creativity is not valuable. I swear to God it is. I swear to God it is. Look back through history. Who has changed the world? Creatives and warmongers. That's who history's about. That's who we remember. We remember creatives and warmongers, warriors. Maybe your creativity is what's gonna bring peace to the world. Maybe if you pursue your dream like Elon Musk is, and Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson, maybe your creativity is gonna bridge that link that's gonna bring peace to the world. And there won't be any more warriors and warmongers to promote throughout history. It'll only be creative. If you spend the next 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 2 decades pursuing your dream, pursuing the life you want, you will be happy. You will be happy regardless of how broke you are or if you're homeless. You will be happy because you're pursuing your heart. You're pursuing your passion. You're pursuing what's burning inside of you. The depression will go away. Stop listening to the negativity, to people telling you that what you want and what you think is not important, and pursue it with everything that you are. Pursue it with 120% of you. Live in your car if you have to. Who cares? Who cares? As long as you're happy. If you're living in your car, but you're pursuing your heart, you are going to be happy. I swear to God. You're not going to care that you're living in your car. You're not going to care what these negative people are saying to you. Cut them out of your life. Remove the toxic influences from your life. Pursue your heart, and you will live a happy life. And if you fail and you die, at least you pursued you. Say you live to be 90, you never fully achieve your goal. At least you spent your life pursuing it. At least you lived your life being you, pursuing your heart, rather than the alternative, which is pursuing who everyone else is telling you to be, and being depressed and hating your life every day and suffering from anxiety and having no joy. That's what I had to understand. You find so much more happiness pursuing your dreams and your goals and failing, and then learning from that failure and redoubling your efforts and starting again and pursuing your goals and your dreams, and then failing and then learning from that failure and redoubling your efforts and then pursuing your goals and your dreams. You will find so much more happiness and fulfillment in that that than you will of trying to live your life being someone you're not, of stifling your creativity because you have to be who society's telling you to be. You will be happy pursuing your dream. You will conquer the depression and the anxiety. And if you die, you'll be dead. You won't know it. You'll be dead. And between now and death, you'll be pursuing your heart rather than pursuing death. Which one sounds better? And let's say you do die. We're all gonna die. There's nothing we can do about that. No matter how sad it makes you, you might as well just stop thinking about it because you're gonna die. Everyone's gonna die. So just get rid of that. You don't need to think about that. You're gonna die. You're gonna sleep too. You don't think about sleeping constantly. You're not constantly sitting around thinking about how can I not sleep? Eat. You gotta eat. You're gonna have to eat. You don't think about how can I avoid eating? It's just part of life. And death is also part of life. We're biological organisms. We have an expiration date. So just don't even think about it. And if you are going to think about it, use it as motivation. Use it as motivation that you could die today, tomorrow, in 10 years, you're gonna die. From now until that point, why would you choose to live any life other than the one that is in your heart? Why would you choose to be depressed and have anxiety and to sit around waiting for that death to come when you could choose to live your heart and to live and to live, to be happy, to be joyous, to be fulfilled every single day, knowing that I am working towards this goal. And failure's a possibility. I don't even think about failure. Failure's a possibility. Jim Carrey said his dad was the funniest man he had ever met. Jim Carrey said all his comedy skills come from his dad. He said his dad was way funnier than him, but his dad had a family, gave up on comedy, and got a job as an accountant. And then, when Jim Carrey was 12 years old, his dad got laid off from his job, and they were poor. As a family, they lived in their car. Jim Carrey said the most important lesson he ever learned from his dad is that you can fail at what you don't want to do. So do what you love. Yeah, you can fail at doing what you love, but you can fail at being a banker. You can fail at working at Walmart. You can fail working at McDonald's. Look what happened in 2008 with all the layoffs. Everybody that had these great jobs at these factories, they don't have those anymore. And we're about to have another crash. It's gonna happen. That's how these modern economies work. There's times of prosperity and there's times of recession. There's times of prosperity and there's times of recession. Gonna happen. It's absolutely gonna happen. So pursue your heart. You can fail living a life of misery. So live a life of joy and fulfillment and happiness. All right, I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. Check out some of my other videos. Like and comment on this post. Subscribe. Have a good one. Hey guys, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you like my videos and find this stuff helpful. Click the bell if you want notifications. Like the video for me. Throw a comment down there. If you want to ask any questions or just make any input, we'll have a little dialogue down there. Appreciate it.